Given a man with moderate intellect, a moral standard not higher than the average, some rhetorical affluence and great glibness of speech, what is the career in which, without the aid of birth or money, he may most easily attain power and reputation in English society? Where is that Goshen of mediocrity, in which a smattering of science and learning will pass for profound instruction, where platitudes will be accepted as wisdom, bigoted narrowness as holy zeal, unctuous egoism as God-given piety? Let such a man become an evangelical preacher. He will then find it possible to reconcile small ability with great ambition, superficial knowledge with the prestige of erudition, a middling morale with a high reputation for sanctity. Let him shun practical extremes and be ultra only in what is purely theoretic. Let him be stringent on predestination, but latitudinarian on fasting, unflinching in insisting on the eternity of punishment, but diffident of curtailing the substantial comforts of time. Ardent and imaginative on the premillennial advent of Christ, but cold and cautious toward every other infringement of the status quo. Let him fish for souls, not with the bait of inconvenient singularity, but with the dragnet of comfortable conformity. Let him be hard and literal in his interpretation only when he wants to hurl texts at the heads of unbelievers and adversaries. But when the letter of the Scriptures presses too closely on the genteel Christianity of the 19th century, let him use his spiritualizing alembic and disperse it into impalpable ether. Let him preach less of Christ than of Antichrist. Let him be less definite in showing what sin is than in showing who is the man of sin, less expansive on the blessedness of faith than on the accursedness of infidelity. Above all, let him set up as an interpreter of prophecy and rival Moore's almanac in the prediction of political events, tickling the interest of hearers who are but moderately spiritual by showing how the Holy Spirit has dictated problems and charades for their benefit, and how, if they are ingenious enough to solve these, they may have their Christian graces nourished by learning precisely to whom they may point as the horn that had eyes, the lying prophet, and the unclean spirits. In this way, he will draw men to him by the strong cords of their passion, made reason-proof by being baptized with the name of piety. In this way, he may gain a metropolitan pulpit. The avenues to his church will be as crowded as the passages to the opera. He has but to print his prophetic sermons and bind them in lilac and gold, and they will adorn the drawing-room table of all evangelical ladies, who will regard, as a sort of pious light reading, the demonstration that the prophecy of the locusts, whose sting is in their tail, is fulfilled in the fact of the Turkish commander's having taken a horse's tail for his standard, and that the French are the very frogs predicted in the Revelations.